Hello， 大家好，我是纽约留学生网的梁婉凡，很高兴呢又在这里和大家见面了。今天呢，我们依然是给大家带来了一些关于纽约租房的相关资讯。我们知道，随着中国和美国的一些新政策的出台呢，我们现在如果想要大额的换美金，会变得非常的困难。也是因为这些变化，所以说我们同学的租房时的付款选择也渐渐的开始有了一些的转变，渐渐的从预付转向了买担保。所以呢，今天我们就来到了纽约的两个主流的担保公司之一 The Guarantors， 来为大家揭开这个担保的面纱。我们今天请到了 Aaron， 也就是 The Guarantors 的市场发展总监，让他来给大家做一个比较系统的介绍。Hi, Aaron, nice to meet you again.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thanks for having me on the show.
Sure. And could you just introduce yourself a little bit and maybe talk about something about your business?
Sure, absolutely. My name is Aaron Richardson. I'm the Director of Business Development for the Guarantors, and we're a service in New York City that helps international students rent apartments here easily and quickly.
Okay, so actually, what's your main product for us, and what's your main target of the audience?
Sure. So in New York City, there are a lot of rules and regulations that make it really difficult for international students to get an apartment. There are certain qualifications that people need to have, a U.S. credit score, a certain amount of income that people who are coming to the United States maybe don't have already. So what our company does is we sell an insurance product that will cover your rent for the landlord, so they feel comfortable accepting international students and international business people.
Okay, so it's just like your name, the guarantors, and you are really acting like the real guarantors in the leasing.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. So actually, how much it usually cost, and how long it may take for us to apply for it?
So our products cost anywhere from 5% to 10% of the total rent on the lease. So that's the monthly rent times the number of months in the lease. Typically, that works out to anywhere from 2 weeks to 5 weeks of rent. So for international students, for example, it's usually less than 1 month's rent, which is the most affordable version of this product on the market.
Yes, yes. And how do you determine how much you're going to charge?
It's based on the risk category for the person who's applying. So we look at all different kinds of factors, like the type of visa they're on, the rents, the cost of the monthly rent for the apartment, and the assets that they're applying with. But typically, for international students, it's kind of a set value of 8.2% of the total rent.
8.2. Okay. Actually, for international students, they do not have any rent record or something here. So how can they be qualified to apply for the guarantee?
So we'll look at assets or records in your country of origin. We'll actually accept documents that aren't even translated. We'll do all that work on our end, because we understand they're not going to have the U.S. documents.
Yes, so for the assess something, it can come from their family member and relatives?
Yes, so if you're a student and you don't have a job or personal assets, of course you're just studying, we can look at the money of your family members or the investments of your family members in order to qualify you. So we'll look at those even if they're in another country, if the documents are in another language. We'll be as flexible as we can be to assess the financial situation.
Okay, but in what kind of forms, like bank statements or income, or even their house, the certificate for the house or cars, all that helps or not?
So no house or cars. We have had some students come to us with the title for their Ferrari, and unfortunately we can't accept that. But we can do bank statements, employment verification letters from companies, investment portfolios for stocks and bonds. We'll look at those as well. And typically with those documents, most people don't have trouble getting approved.
Okay. For those students, if their family doesn't have that amount of money, can they have find some friend, like boyfriend or someone else to show that?
It depends. So we'll look at those situations case by case. We prefer for it to be a family member, but if you have a very close family friend that does have the assets to cover you, we may want to have a conversation with them or just verify the relationship, and we may ask to hold a small deposit just to certify that we're a little more comfortable with the deal.
How about if the student come here with a lot of cash? Can he use it to get rid of himself?
Sure. So this actually happens pretty commonly. If you're a student and your family gives you a large sum of money to come to the United States with, we'll look at that money in the account if it's in your name, and we can qualify you based on that. And the standard is a little lower if it's in your name than it would be versus your parents' assets.
For those students just graduate and they just get a new job and their pay is not so high. So for them, how do you consider them? The same as students, or they have some better price?
So it's tough for a person in that situation to rent in New York City. Landlords in New York want you to earn 40 times the monthly rent.
Yes.
For us, we lower the threshold a lot. So while the landlord asks for 40, we ask for only 27 times the monthly rent and income. So most new graduates with an entry-level income can afford that. If you can't, we would also still be willing to consider parents' assets in that case, or if parents were willing to transfer you money into your personal account, we would look at those assets combined with your income. So the point is, we'll look at the whole picture around your financial health as a person, rather than just the one number, which is what the landlords are going to look at.
Yes, I see. That's very nice, right? Very good.
Yeah, want to be fair. We know people sometimes have money, it's not so straightforward, so we're willing to work with you and ask extra questions and do the extra work to get you the apartment you want.
Yes, I see. And in New York City, a lot of students, they are actually sharing apartment. Like 3 of them sharing a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. But for them, can they apply together, or they have to? One of them have to wrap all the stuff.
So all 3 can apply together, and we'll link all the applications up together in our online system. So we'll consider all the assets combined between the 3 different individuals. And there's still just one fee for the one apartment, so the 3 people get to split it. They don't each have to pay an individual fee.
Okay, but how about if one of them just break up the list and left? How about the 2 left gonna take the responsibility, or?
So the 2 left would be still left with the responsibility, but we, or a great company like you, could certainly help them find a new person to be their roommate.
That's very cool.
And that's something we always reach out to people with. Once we help someone get into an apartment, we like to stay in touch with them, and certain people need help finding OPT eligible jobs. We'll connect them with certain employers who are looking for those kinds of people. And if you were using our guarantee and you had to leave the United States, you're welcome to reach out to us, and we'll help you do that in the best possible way. We'll find a great broker, like someone from NY Students, to re-rent your apartment, or we'll help you end the lease early with the building. Just please don't take your keys home and leave. We don't want that to happen.
Actually, we know there's 2 companies. Just one more company beside you guys are doing similar jobs. I won't mention their name.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
But for yourself, how do you think you are better than them? What's your advantage?
Sure, and all due respect to our competitor, we want to compete in terms of the quality of customer service we provide, the price of our product, and the ease of using it. So first of all, with customer service, we put a lot of work into building an online system so people can send us documents through email, or they can upload them to our portal to their account. They can also send them to us through WeChat, since we maintain a presence on WeChat, and it makes the process really simple and transparent for everyone involved. So the brokers, the buildings, and the building management and the renter are all sharing the same information, which means we can get the deal done more quickly. Second of all, we try to price ourselves more competitively, so it's less expensive and less money up front for the renter, which we know everyone appreciates.
Yeah, I think this is the most important part for
Yes, absolutely. Insurance companies like ours, if they're doing business legally, have to file their rates with regulatory industries in the United States, with regulatory organizations. And so our filed rates are lower all across the board than our competitors, particularly for international students.
Cool. I see there's 2 versions of your promotion, and one of them is actually in Chinese.
Yes.
And is there anyone in your company can speak Mandarin or Cantonese something?
Yes, absolutely. We have 2 different members of our team who are on call from 9 a.m. USA time to 9 p.m. and available to speak in Mandarin to anyone who needs to talk to us. So for example, if parents are a little uncomfortable with this and they want to talk to somebody and get a sense that this is a legitimate company, they can come in and get all the information they need.
Yeah, I see. That's very kind of you guys. Huh? There's a lot of need, I think. Yes, especially for the parents. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of our clients actually come from China. We love working with the Chinese community, so we want to do as much as we can to make it easy for Chinese people to work with us.
Cool. And for those renters who want to renew their lease for the next year, do they need to rebuy the guarantors or not?
So that depends on the building. We don't require them to purchase the policy from us again, but certain buildings may want them to. So it depends. If you pay your rent on time and you're a good tenant, chances are they may not ask you to. But if you do need to renew it, you reach back out to us. We make the process as easy as possible, and if we can, we offer a discount.
Okay. I think since we have worked together for a while, like more than half years actually.
Sure.
So how do you think our cooperation?
Oh no, we love working with NY students. Definitely the most experienced, has the best understanding of the New York market and what Chinese students need, and you represent the most students in New York. Definitely, probably the #1 company in New York City for Chinese students. Absolutely.
So is there any special benefit you can give us for our clients?
Sure. Well, since we have such a great working relationship, and since we're developing a program for premier brokerage companies like yours, you guys do get certain special treatment when your clients come through with us. We'll help you hold apartments for longer at the buildings, which is a big problem, as you know, and definitely get priority access in terms of processing applications.
Yes, that's going to happen now.
Yes, it will make a big help. Sometimes it's really hard when you're coming from overseas to get the specific apartment you want held for long enough by the building for you to be able to secure it. And so we would definitely, on behalf of your company, reach out to landlords and ask them to hold the apartment longer because we know you have good clients.
Okay, for the renters, how can they pay the fee?
There are a couple different ways that you can pay. So you can bring us a certified bank check, which you can get at any of the banks around our office. You can bring that to our office. You can also call in and pay us via debit card. You can send us a wire transfer from anywhere in the world. We can accept foreign and domestic wires. And coming soon, we'll have an online portal you can simply enter your debit or credit card information into and pay us directly that way.
Okay, is there any transaction fees if they wire the money from China? And can they just directly wire you the RMB, or it has to be US dollars?
So the value has to equal the US value. I can't, ignore the exchange rate, but I don't think there would be a problem in receiving RMB, although that's a good question. The fee for international wires is usually very low. It's $15 for us. That's what we have to pay our bank, and then whatever the bank charges on the client's end.
Yes, actually, there's a famous, it's actually a cell phone application called WeChat, and it has some features for the payment or either for the conversation something. Are you guys going to go onto that platform and offering the WeChat Pay something?
So we're currently experimenting with WeChat Pay and with some ways to receive payments and take applications through WeChat. It's not ready yet, but we would hope to have something ready by the middle of this summer.
Okay.
But we definitely know WeChat and we want to be able to work with WeChat because it's a great platform.
Actually, you can send somebody onto that and create your own official account, and I think we can make that even easier.
So we do have our own official account now, but we want to beef it up a little bit, make it a little bit better and easier to use. So we have some new team members joining who have a lot of experience working on WeChat, and they're going to be building it out and making it a really great resource. We're also going to have a team member running a guarantor's personal WeChat account, so if people want to have individual chats with somebody that they actually know and they can see their profile, that will be available as well.
Okay, I think that's pretty much we need to know, right? And I hope our cooperation could be going better and better in the future. And thank you a lot, Sarah.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. And for anyone watching, welcome to New York City. We're happy to help you get your new apartment here. Thank you.
好，感谢 Aaron 为我们带来的耐心讲解啊。我来再为大家总结一下，这个租房担保呢，其实就是在我们不管你是学生身份还是刚刚参加工作，只要你现在的收入以及信用历史呢，并不足以让你来正常的租一套房子的情况下，我们就可以通过支付相当大致于1个月房租的价格来购买 Guarantors 这家公司呢，来为我们作为担保人。这样的话，我们就可以正常的来每个月来交付房租。 从而避免了一次性支付大量现金带来的压力和不便。好，到这里我相信大家对 The Guarantors 的业务呢也有了一个比较全面的了解。之后，如果你想要购买 Guarantors，或者对 Guarantors 有任何疑问，包括任何在纽约租房方面的疑问，都可以随时来找我们纽约留学生网。我是梁小范，期待和大家的下次见面，再见。